Okay guys, so tough one to take today. How do you reflect on the game?
Yeah, ultimately I think because result-wise it's obviously wasn't the greatest and not what we were hoping for. We want to take a look at the things that we did well and make sure that we correct the mistakes that we did, because there were obvious patterns, I think, when we conceded goals and how we conceded goals. So we definitely want to address that. I think we did a good job at the beginning of the game to take the game to Bridon, but then obviously it dropped off when we conceded from some mistakes. And then at the end of the game, when we threw everything at them, I think we also had chances. So obviously, if those finishing is better, then it's a different outcome. Then again, hindsight is a great thing. So it's something that we definitely need to get better at for next week.
So how do you equip yourself better for the next game?
Yeah, we're just going to prepare our training accordingly. Make sure that we address these points that we noticed, and make sure that we use all our time on training just to hammer home everything that we want to get better at practically for next week.
So looking at the positives, a couple of new signings. So we played well today. How did that come about?
Not really, as you say, really positive. I think, as it come about, do you mean where they come from?
Yeah, how did they?
So I think one of our guys has a connection with the South Borders practically,
yeah.
And they've been sort of good enough and let us sign a couple of their players to give them that introduction, I think, into the Kent County League as well, playing Saturday football, adult football, men's football, and good quality players for sure. We are always trying to be quite targeted in what we bring to the club, and not only ability but also good guys. We promote a very good culture within the squad. That is something very evident despite our struggles this season. And individually, I think both have been very positive. Let's start with Charlie. Great debut today. Very effective. High level of technique. 2 assists a match for him, and a constant thorn for Bridon. So a very bright note. And young Dom, of course, he's continuing his development. Another real positive spark. He's very good goalkeeper, very brave, good with his feet as well. Probably needs to avoid a sin bin here and there, but really positive for us.
Can we see any new signings coming in the future?
We're not ruling anything out, but we might try to get one more player maybe for the squad. It's obviously coming towards the end of the season, so we don't want to do any overhaul. We are ultimately happy with the squad that we have, but obviously there are areas where we could use with some strengthening. So we might see one player maybe coming in.
Okay, so next week, Thamesmead. What are your thoughts going into that game?
Should I give a comment? So I think if I can like look at it broadly, as we get to this stage of the season, we are much more learned in terms of how we want to play, what we want to achieve, the style. As coaches, we made a determination a few weeks, maybe months ago, to stick with our principles, stick with our formation, and continue, despite the challenges, despite the odds, to continue playing how we believe our team should look like. So, as Martin said before, we're going to maintain our principles, continue refining what we're trying to do, especially at training, and look to achieve that consistency. I think the squad is closer to that. They know their jobs more than when we first started. They know what we're trying to achieve, and we're getting more and more consistency as the weeks pass. Of course, we know exactly our predicament. We know where we are. This is without a doubt, and we are also looking not just for the now, also for the future, because this team is young, and this team will still has a lot of scope to achieve. It will achieve this is not just a short-term results scenario. And these guys, when they come into our team, they know that they're going to have minutes to play, they're going to have chances, they're going to be able to express themselves, and do well in that respect.
Okay, thank you. Good luck for next week.
Thank you very much.